Hey YouTube, it's DevStro again. Last video I made, I had mentioned the fact that I'd been playing some Warmachine and actually going to tournaments. And I've been doing alright. I feel like I've established a little bit of credibility for myself, and it's gone right to my head, so much so that I feel like I can start offering marginal tactical advice on the internet. So let's take a look at a list that I've been running here that I enjoy playing, and it has done well for me. And this is my Thyra Flame of Sorrow list. Now I'd be playing this in a 2-list Steamroller format. This would be the list that I'd take against big heavy armor stuff or hordes. My other list I roll with P. Krios, and it's sort of a pop and drop Vanquisher, Redeemer, going against infantry stealth kind of deal. But so here we got Thyra. She's worked out all right for me. I feel like usually when I lose, it's because I'm playing my Warcaster like they're a Chaos Warlord in Fantasy or 40k, and I'm just running them up there and thinking they can take on anything, and they can't, then they die. But her I've seemed to be able to do better with, and actually getting her in combat. Part of that might be due to the fact that she's defense 17, so she's just a little bit harder to hit. And she's got some spells that help her out. Occultation gives her, well, it can give a model stealth. I put it on her. I've never put it on anybody else but her. I've thought about it, but no, I keep it on her. And it's worked, it's served me well. Actually, she has a really decent spell list. I cast Carnage. I've never cast Pursuit. Maybe, does Pursuit work for you? I think that I would really need to be able to arc it onto something, because I don't, like I said, I get her close, but I don't want to get her that close that I'm casting Pursuit on something. It's only got an 8-inch range. Silence of Death. Oh, what a great spell. Pro tip, if you're going to be charging a Warlock who's camping Fury, cast Silence of Death before you start making your attacks. Yeah, that actually cost me a game. And Stranglehold, I've used it once. Seems kind of situational. So there she is. Her feat, I don't know, like take it or leave it. I've never used it to do anything really awesome with, but it has helped me line up some charges and things. So there's that. And there's her buddy here, the Hierophant. I bring him along just so that he can help her cast spells. I mean, Carnage eats up 3 of her focus. Wow, that's half just for Carnage. So he's a bud. And then for other support, we've got Madeline. Yay, Madeline. She can give Thyra some extra movement shenanigans to, if you want to charge in there with her. And then I stick her with these knights. I figure if somebody wants to try and target Madeline, she can pass the hit off onto a knight, and then she stays alive. They get a little tougher. And the knights I run with by the blood of martyrs. So I kind of run these as a unit with Madeline, the knights, and the blood. They're kind of like my second wave, if you will, because the knights are kind of slow. But then when they die, they get stronger, and if they die within proximity to the blood's going to get stronger too. Now, you always hear about these cool combos in Warmachine. They're like, oh, you can do this, and it makes the guy really awesome, and he hits hard and accurately. But yeah, some of those combos, they look really cool on paper, but when you're actually playing on the tabletop, you got to be in a living the dream situation to pull them off. Like Jupiter's got to be in line with Pluto and the moons and the waxing gibbous or something like that. This guy, you can do it though, right? So he's Mat 6, yeah. And you got the choir. You got to have the choir, right? You're bringing your choir. I am. I don't need to say anything. They're the choir. They're sweet. After playing Amon Adraza Tier 4 theme for us for so long and like losing all the time, you're not allowed to bring choir with him. I stopped playing Amon and actually started winning. So I don't know, like correlation does not imply causation. A statistics class taught me that. Wait, maybe the class didn't teach me that. Anyway, once I started using the choir, I started winning more. So who knows? Back to what I was saying about the Blood of Martyrs. So you're giving him the choir buff, right? So he's Mat 8, and his penis gets up to 18. Then he gets his little somebody died close to me ability, whatever they call that, Hand of Vengeance. So now he's effectively then going up to Mat 10 and penis 18. which is really, really cool. Oh wait, heck with that. He's up 20. His penis is 20. Then if you got Carnage out there, he's mat 12. Like, he's hitting stuff without needing to boost, and he's whacking it with 20. Yeah, and he's got the 2 attacks. Now, notice I haven't mentioned that he has sidestep when he is with Thyra. He does. She gives him sidestep. I always forget that he has sidestep. But yet at the same time, this guy's a house, and he's doing stuff for me that I really like. So I'm inclined to start taking him with other casters, even though you're probably paying a premium for the sidestep, just because he works so well for me without sidestep. I know I'm probably crazy in saying that and have lost credibility, and we'll be making a video redacting that statement in several months. But so he kind of comes up, and the Knights, they're sort of my second wave. They hit hard when they do hit. Under Carnage, you can help ensure that they do hit because they just got that one attack. Avatar, probably don't need to say a lot about him. I put him out there. You could do the Gaze of Menoth thing to leave the rest of your guys not getting molested. I also have Nicaea. I just put her in there because I was kind of doing a wrath thing with Thyra and the blood and her. I don't know about her. She's never done anything super sweet for me, and she's a 3-point solo. She killed Orin Midwinter once, killed a mechanic once. But I think she's one of those that you don't expect her to earn her points back. Maybe she's just there to draw fire, because she usually dies, turn 1, bottom of turn 1, or top of turn 2. Yeah, she's died for me a lot and hasn't really done much. I'm thinking of actually, and then we got Anastasia here. Anastasia Debray. She's so outrageous. So when I actually remember to ambush her, like, how do you guys remember to ambush her? You steamroller, the time's counting down. You get to your second turn, and do you really remember to put her into play? No, you forget about her. I do anyway. And then maybe third turn I remember or whatnot. I try and put her model like on my card or on the table, but then is she really in play? Who knows? So here's how pathetic I am. There's been games where I've pulled ambush off several times. Or ambush, whatever the hell her espionage, what do they call her ability? You know the one I'm talking about, where people within her command get a attack and stuff. Like multiple times and still lost. And it's because when you ambush her, she's so far forward that maybe there's some daughters in her that are in her command and then get to attack. So I don't know. I'm probably just doing it wrong. But it's one of those things you think it would be great and sweet, and then it's just it hasn't worked for me as well as I thought it would be, and maybe isn't as scary as it should be. So I'm thinking about pulling out Nicaea and Anastasia. That's 5 points right there. Whoa. To get a second unit of daughters. I love the daughters. They're swell. The advanced deploy and crazy fast movement and really decent defense. And then with Thyra, they got the whole vengeance thingamabob, where if one of them gets killed, they get to move and make an attack. Now, they are kind of pillow-fisted. Anatomical precision's nice, but they're not really heavy hitters. That being said, you just get out there and you jam with them and make your opponent deal with them so that your knights and your jacks can come up all unmolested like, is how I have been using them. So they haven't really killed a lot of stuff. They usually end up dying, but that's resources that my opponent has to devote to them that he's not putting into the rest of my stuff. And then I can hopefully get Thyra up there and have her seal the deal, or Blood of Martyrs. That guy's crazy. Avatar, he generates his own focus, so he's not draining the Thyster. And there you go. This is my list. It's worked for me. I welcome any comments or criticisms, or if you guys have run something similar, you think something would work better. This is 35 points. I don't think I've mentioned that. Someone will probably ask that in the comments. How many points is this list? 35. With my, we call it reinforcements, I think I have a min unit of zealots plus monolith bearer plus a mechanic just for the last point. I've heard about using racks with her to give you some more focus to play around with, but I don't have those painted up yet. So thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me share my enthusiasm, and I hope you guys like the new thing I'm doing, starting to actually offer up some experiences and advice in the game that is Warmachine.